So yeah, let's get right into it. So this is the webinar that I have for you today, and yeah, I think we should just get started. So this is atanmoh. This is feel like the brand new. I want to just quickly talk about this brand logo. So as you can see, there's 7 squares, which is meant to represent, the 7 days of the week. And those 7 days of the week is obviously from Monday to Sunday. So we want you to feel like they're brand new each week, So it's just a, repeat and rinse cycle where we have the 7 squares representing Monday to Sunday. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And yeah, we want you to feel like the brand new each week through our calendar printables. So let's just jump right into it. So like I mentioned earlier, this is a calendar printable brand that atanmoh founded in November 2021. I am your host. My name is Nabi Kem, the founder of atanmoh, and it is a calendar printable brand that wants to make calendars fun and exciting to use. And you might be thinking to yourself, okay, so what's so fun about it? Well, this is what we have. These are digital products. So yeah, these are all the digital products that you can see right here. I've created all of them for the past couple of 2 years that I've been doing this. As you can see right here, this product over here is the product we'll be mainly talking about in today's webinar. And what I want to show you over here, this is a October 2023 calendar printable. And not only is it calendar printable, but it's an extensive scheduler. So this box that you're seeing right here is what makes this product stand out from the crowd, because as you can see here, it's a box where it allows you to make the important tasks. It allows you to segment your important tasks. So you might have a wedding, you might have a birthday, things like that. You might want to use this box to segment it and to make it easier, but we'll talk more on that later. This calendar printable is a December 2023 calendar printable, but not only that, we have a little something right here, the fact of the month calendar. So as you can see here, sorry if it's not clear, but to make it more visible, you have here a fact of the month, and this fact of the month is just basically a fact from a very exact date, which shows what I was doing on a particular day of any year. And just a very quick and interesting fact, yeah, I've been remembering dates like very exactly throughout the past 7 years, almost committed that. So since 2016, I've been doing this type of thing where I would just think about an important day of my life, and I'll just write it down here. So as you can see over here, this fact of the month is on the 28th of December 2017. I remember going out to Winter Wonderland with family and riding the airboat, which is a very very vast ride. So these calendar printables, it's just basically very small stories about things that I would have done on a particular day of the year. So you can just get to know, more about my personal life as well. Many calendar brands, they might have facts of, did you know this, did you know that? But many calendar printables don't show facts about the owner themselves. And since literally, as I mentioned before, I have this habit of just loving remembering things. That's why I put the fact of the month here. So these are just very short stories, which I hope you enjoy. They can just be very personal, very educational, anything funny and random. That's what we do at atanmoh. So this is literally the more exciting part, because I want to intrigue you. I want you to learn more about me as a person. It doesn't have to be more about how I started my business. It could just be more about my personal life that you may want to know. You don't just do vertical calendars. We do horizontal calendars, as you can see, the one right here. This is a July 2023 UK calendar printable. And this is also just from, doing a little bit of research about how some customers, they don't like getting calendar printables that are based off, what do you call it? They don't like getting calendar printables that are not related to the events related to their country. So that's why we've created a calendar printable for the UK, so that people know what events are happening in the UK alone, which hence why it's the July 2023 UK one. So there's literally something else that makes us different from the other brands, because we want to make sure that, if you're from the UK, here are the events that happen in the UK. And we move on to the next calendar, which actually has more dates, if I can move it. And then we have this September 2023 USA calendar. And just like the UK one, I mean, it has dates for the US, not for the UK, but only for the USA. So it's strictly for the USA. So any events that people who are from our US customers, this product is for you because it shows you all the dates. I know it's not clear, but if you were to go onto my shop, for example, you will see that that those dates are only for the USA and nothing else. So you have so just to summarize, you have a UK calendar only for the UK, and you have a USA calendar only for the USA. And just to recap on the last two, we have here an October 2023 calendar printable. We're going to talk more about this in today's webinar because it is literally what I created not too long ago. This is one of the recent products I created long ago. And then we have this December 2023 calendar, and this December 2023 calendar contains the fact of the month. It's supposed to be a funny fact about myself. So yeah, it's just, just very funny facts and things like that. I mean, it doesn't have to always be funny, but just, it can just be a random fact, just a random date from, from the past 7 years that I've been remembering. So that's literally just me. That's literally just about myself. So this is literally just atanmoh in a nutshell. We just want to make calendar printables fun, unique, and very, what's the word we're looking for? And very convenient for the customer. So you have your UK calendar, you have your USA calendar, if you're a UK or a USA customer. So that's what makes us fun. That's what makes us exciting. But this product right here, this is literally what we'll get into in today's webinar. So keep out for it. So let's move on to the next slide. So this, again, I know I've said this many times, but this is a calendar printable with an extensive schedule. This is actually an editable digital product, so you will actually get to see more of it in action in today's webinar. So you have here an extension scheduler, which consists of many different boxes. This box that you can see right here there's something special in it that makes it, very unique. Whereas these boxes over here, these three at the bottom, these three, squares or three rectangles at the bottom of these, they allow you to submit any important things. So you might have an event coming up in the next couple of weeks. You may want to use this extension scheduler to write down the important things needed to write your events down, to write the tasks that are needed to make up that event. So this is literally what we're going to go through today. So there's the October 2023 calendar printable. This is the extension scheduler calendar printable. As you can see here, right here, the boxes look a little bit like which just comes to show that is editable. And this is the text that I've written over here. You can edit these boxes by typing in them. You can draw ideas in them and expand on them using the box below this calendar printable, which we'll talk about later. This will be useful if you're a student, especially if you're prepared for exams. So pretty much anyone can use these type of calendar printables. It doesn't have to necessarily be used for big events like weddings or parties. It can even be used for short-term things that, for example, like it can even be used for events, can be used for revision, anything you like, really. It doesn't have to always be a very long-term event. It can just be something that's just very nice, quick and simple, short-term goals, anything. But we'll talk more on this later. So this is the extensive schedule. As you can see right here, it looks more detailed and everything like such. I'm sorry, I apologize if you can't see the writing, but this is why I will do a very live demo on how to use this product so you can see for yourselves how this product actually works. So you can see right here, there's the extensive scheduler, which allows you to, segment tasks for any big events that you have coming on. So as you can see in these arrows over here, these boxes are being used to segment how someone will plan out their wedding. For example, taking out a day to find caterers to serve the guests at the wedding, because we all know that, what's a wedding without food? So over here in this example, finding caterers is a task that's needed for a wedding. So that way you're taking time out of your day to find a caterer, and you can do it on a particular day. You can use these boxes in the corner like such, or the top middle box to segment how you would like to plan out your wedding, for example. And as you can see, these boxes over here, any boxes like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let me make sure I counted that right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 3. Apparently I can't count. But those boxes, they're part of this extension schedule, which allows you to cement these, these tasks. Any tasks like a party, a wedding. I know I keep on using the same ones, but those are the ones that, that are, mainly big events for many of us, because I'm pretty sure we've attended many of them before. But those 9 boxes will help you, cement, your big events. Preferably, it's better for you to use this middle box to, write a summary down on that big event. And hopefully I can increase this just to make it, a lot more better. If not, I'll do a live demonstration on it. I don't know if that's a lot clearer, but as you can see here, this box over here is the summary of your event. For example, you may have a wedding on the 8th of May 2023. I know that date has passed because this product I made a few weeks ago. You can use the center box as a summary of what you want to do and gain out of it. So for example, this person, might want to have a wedding event on the 8th of May, at Walthamstow, which is literally a place in the United Kingdom. For those of you who are watching in a different country, the plan is to create a memorable wedding and to provide the best quality service such as catering, entertainment, and gifts for the visitors or members who attend the wedding and be happy. So this is literally for this calendar printable, you would use the middle box to write down a very basic summary. It doesn't have to be long. It can just be a very small summary, because that's why you use these 9 boxes, including this box over here, the middle box, to know how you will segment that big event, for example. So that's literally what it is. So when using this kind of printable, make sure you use the middle box to write down a summary of your big event. So you might have a party, you might have a university, ceremony or something like that. I don't know, but this is literally what I'm making up for you, because these are the actual events that people actually plan for. So always use the middle box to write down a summary of your big event, like a wedding or a party. So that way, it's like a brainstorm around. And boxes like such, you can use it to, cement the wedding, for example. So as you can see here in this top left box, these boxes can cement things that you may want to, include for your event. So for example, in this top left box here, one person might want to find venues on the 8th of April. So again, you're planning ahead of the wedding on that day to visit potential venues that can be reserved for the wedding, and to make a decision based on which is cost effective and which one you're satisfied with. So you might, because obviously you need a venue so your wedding can take place, because you can't just, you can't take place in a random place like your house, for example, because you might not fit all your guests. So realistically speaking, then in the top right corner over here, again, these mini boxes can be used for another activity in preparation for the wedding. And again, like we mentioned before, researching caterers and calling them on the 5th of April, for example. The plan is to call as many caterers who can provide the food and drink based on websites, and to trial and test the food and drinks they provide for the wedding. So these boxes surrounding the middle box, these are literally the tasks that cement the big event, for example. And then let's just use another box, because I know I apologize for keep on going on and on. But I'm just showing you how to use this calendar printable in the best way possible, because this extensive schedule that you're seeing right here, this is literally what makes this calendar printable unique. For example, in this box over here, in the Nova activity, you can send out invitations to visitors on the 11th of April 2023. You can call potential visitors and inform them about the wedding. So again, because obviously you need people to join your wedding. Otherwise, you don't want a wedding where people are not attending it. You don't want a wedding that's very quiet and silent. So this could be another thing you might want to do for your wedding on a particular day. And as you can see right here, you can now see how the boxes are helping someone cement their big day, for example, their wedding. I know I've said that so many times, but that's literally the one that came to my mind when creating this product. You might want to book a photographer for the 12th of April and find professional photographers, not just for the, you know, the stars of the wedding, but for your visitors who would like their pictures to be taken as well. So again, these are all the tasks needed for a wedding, because we all know that planning a wedding, for example, can be very, very tedious. Obviously, the end product is good, but the steps involved in doing that wedding can be very difficult, which is why this box makes it a lot more fun to, make, wedding planning a lot more easier. And that's what we do at atanmoh. We want to make calendar plans nice and fun over here. So I think that's pretty much it for the, for the extensive scheduler. But that's not the only thing that makes this product stand out. What we've also done as well, which I think no one else is doing, is that, excuse me, what we've also done as well, you can play noughts and crosses. And you might be thinking to yourself, how can you play noughts and crosses? Well, as you can see in these boxes that have, these gray, spinners next to them, I know they don't look very clear, but they are spinners. And what you can do is you can press the spinner. You can either choose to either play as noughts or crosses. We all know that planning for big events like a wedding, for example, can be very long. It can be very tedious. But more importantly, we also know that it requires more than one person to do the wedding. And it doesn't have to be a wedding. It can even be another big event, for example. It might be just it might even be a games night out for people who are at university. It can just be all these, nightclubs, for example. We all know that planning for these type of events requires more than one person, which hence why it has noughts and crosses. This extensive schedule has noughts and crosses for, at least two people, preferably, to plan out the wedding. So that's literally what we've done. And then in this next slide, which is the final slide, you can see right here how you can play noughts and crosses. And yes, like I mentioned before, planning can be boring for many people. So for atanmoh to solve this problem, this calendar printable contains noughts and crosses boxes to make planning fun and competitive with your family and friends. For example, in this case, people planning their wedding can plan between the two of them while playing noughts and crosses. They can see who can complete the activities the fastest by marking them with a nought or a cross. So as you can see right here, this is just a demonstration of how the product works, and really two people preferably, since literally we all know those are the amount of plays that are required to play this noughts and crosses game. We all know that planning for events like a wedding can just be very long, can be very tedious, and at times you might just want to give up and throw in the towel. Hence why we did this noughts and crosses thing, where literally two people can play and you can split the task between yourselves. And the thing about this kind of printable, it doesn't have to be like, it doesn't mean that you should use like, these 9 boxes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It doesn't mean that you should have 9 things before planning for the wedding, but it can easily just be a very fun activity, for example. It doesn't have to be something where you literally need 9 tasks for your wedding. You don't need to do that. Or let's just say 8 tasks, since this middle box is just a summary. But ideally, it is up to you. It is up to you at the end of the day. So basically, how this noughts and crosses game work, you might be thinking, okay, yeah, it's just a simple noughts and crosses game. But let's say, for example, boyfriend and girlfriend are planning for their wedding, and right here in this top left box, one of them can decide to do a particular task for the wedding. So for example, one might want to find venues. Someone might want to try and find the best venue out there and reserve it. So maybe the guy can do it. I don't know, but it's up to you guys. But basically, you can decide to do which one you want, and if you've completed your task, you can put an X or a nought, or you can either put a nought or a cross next to it to show that you have completed your own task. So we're going to take a look at the demonstration of how this calendar principle works. We'll make it very quick and easy to understand. Sorry, let me just sit up properly. So yeah, we're going to just show you the demonstration right now. So as you can see, this is the calendar principle that we were talking about in this webinar so far. And just to prove it, this is an editable calendar principle. So you can write in the boxes, for example, hello, thanks for joining this webinar. So as you can see right here, these boxes are editable, including the boxes with no dates on them, like this one. So as you can see right here, just keep on writing, write wherever you want. You can use this for generic uses. Again, it's your choice. It's up to you. So you can use this for whatever you want. And here we have the extensive scheduler. This extensive scheduler allows you to, cement big events, for example, like a party. So as you can see right here, this is what I've done for this calendar printable over here. So in the middle box, just to show you, it's the middle box. So in this middle box, let's just say, for example, someone wants to have a best party on the 8th of June 2023. In these boxes over here, we have examples. We have examples of the different tasks that are needed in order for the party to, be the best one yet. So as you can see right here, this box over here, this is a spinner box, which allows you to either pick which play you're going to choose. So you can either decide to be noughts, or you can decide it to be crosses. And in this box over here, I have put down an example of what is needed in preparation for the wedding. We all know that we need good food when it comes to a party. I think I said wedding, so I meant party. At the end of the day, party, wedding, I mean, they're pretty much the same thing, pretty much very similar. But as you can see right here, we need to find caterers on the 22nd of May 2023. So let's just say, for example, you want to plan out a party, and we all know that planning a party doesn't just require, one person. So maybe, brother and sister, for example, might want to have the best party on the 8th of June. This doesn't have to be in dedication to anyone, or maybe they might decide to have a party. So, for example, let's just say, for example, person X, is paying as, noughts. So therefore, they are responsible for doing this task of finding caterers on the 22nd of May 2023. And all these dates that you're seeing right here, these are just, these are just examples. Obviously, it's up to you how you decide to do these type of things. But over here, we have here to find caterers on the 22nd of May 2023. And this person will need to complete this task before or on the 22nd of May 2023. And if they've done so successfully, then they would have to just mark it off with a note. So therefore, they mark it off with a note that they've completed this task on the 22nd of May 2023. And let's just say, for example, they have another task to do, right? Finding the best music or DJ. So, for example, they need to find the best music or DJ on the 4th of May 2023. And therefore, they will need to mark this task off as complete before the 24th of May or on the 24th of May. So therefore, they can mark this task off as complete using noughts over here, which I guess, it means that also onto something, they're almost onto their win, because they need to mark this off as complete, and then they'll win. However, as you can see in the bottom box, in this bottom left box, their opponent has managed to actually has put the X over there. And you might be thinking to yourself, but this task, because this finding entertainers task, belongs to the person who's representing noughts. But because the person who plays as noughts did not complete their task, before or on the 25th of May 2023, their opponent claims that task. So therefore, they will mark it off with a cross. Their opponent will mark it off with a cross. Well, that's a win. So yeah, you can see right here, they claim that, they claim it as their own. Their opponent, they claim, their opponent's task as their own, because their opponent did not complete that task on that so and so date. They did not complete it before that date or on that date. So therefore, they will mark that task off as complete by their own. So as you can see here, we want to make, calendar printables a lot more fun in the atanmoh. We don't want to make planning very boring. We want there to be at least a fun aspect. Many calendar printables, they have notes boxes and stuff like such. But at atanmoh, we want to make them more fun and engaging. We know that, we're coming to a world where people are buying printable calendars more often. They want printable calendars in the search bar. So therefore, we've made it fun where literally you can paint noughts and crosses. So that's literally just it. So the person X, or the person who's playing as crosses, has marked this task off as complete on their own. I know I've gone on about that, but sorry. And then you can see in this middle box over here, because this middle box, like I said earlier, this is the middle box, which allows you to, write down a summary of what your big event is. So for example, I want to have the best party on the 8th of June 2023. And the person who's playing as crosses can mark this task as complete. This is literally the box that I feel that many people will forget because they just think it's a box that doesn't really matter. But they just see this as the middle box. But you have to remember that this middle box also counts as part of the all the other boxes. Hence why we have, like, the notes and courses installed on this. So therefore, that person who's playing as courses will mark this task off as complete. And they just need to find another way to win. And obviously that win is over here. They can win diagonally, which is like right down over here. These boxes over here. And then what they have to do, they need to find gifts or supplies on the 26th of May 2023. So maybe, I don't know, maybe you might want to give out, cool gifts, cool stuff, when your guests, leave your party, for example, because we know that some people might do that even in this day and age. It doesn't matter if it's a kid's birthday party or, an adult's birthday party. You might just have like a gift or something like such. So as you can see in this box, the person who's playing as crosses needs to, mark this task off as complete using the crosses. And look, it's a win because they managed to claim their opponent's task that they didn't complete. They've also completed this own task, and they've also completed this own task. So therefore, they've completed this task. And this is how you would play the noughts and crosses game. And just to, make it a little bit more clearer, this is literally how you play the game. You don't have to use it for big events. Like, you don't always have to use it for big events like a wedding, or you don't have to use it for a party. It can even be for short-term things, like I mentioned earlier as well. Like, for revision. For example, we all know that in this month of May, at least in the UK's case, people are preparing for their exams. So therefore, you can literally just write down something like, I don't know, let's just say GCSEs, or maybe exams for people in other parts of the world. So, for example, you can just say GCSEs or exams prep, or let's just put prep because I can't be asked to write down preparation. But yeah, as you can see right here, there's a short-term a goal, because we all know that GCSEs, they only just last for a couple of months. Even though, yes, it might be long, but I mean, really, at the end of the day, it's up to you guys. So you might want to do GCSEs or exams preparation, and in these boxes over here, I don't know. And the great thing about this, especially if you're a student, you can also revise with other students as well. After all, you will be learning from other people as well. So maybe you can just do, I don't know, revision for maths. And for example, maybe your friend, for example, might want to do well, let's just say revise for English, just to make it shorter. So as you can see right here, you can share this extensive schedule with a friend, and you can play with your friends. It is another way to do it. After all, people that have friends, I'm pretty sure you guys like to compete with one another, which what makes you, friends, and you want to just like, just have fun with them. So it is a very good way. So in EDITABLE as well, what we're trying to do is that we're trying to make the principles fun, and we're trying to bring that friend aspect as well, or family aspect as well in it, because we all know that these type of games can be played with family and friends. Just like, for example, any traditional game, for example, you play that with your family, you play that with your friends. Doesn't matter, be it on on a sheet of paper or your mobile phone right nowadays. There's that same thing we're doing for calendar principles as well, trying to make the mundane events a lot more better. And it can even be things like, I don't know, even cleaning the house as well can be seen as a fun task as well with this extensive scheduler, because you can just put down, because maybe, let's say, for example, 2 people ideally, you might want to split the task of cleaning the house between yourselves. So let's just say, for example, house cleaning. And then, for example, someone might, I don't know, want to clean sitting room. Or someone might want to clean the kitchen, for example. So therefore, the person who cleans the sitting room can either play as noughts or crosses, and if they've done that task, they can mark it off as complete. But if they did not complete that task, then their opponent will claim it instead. So therefore, in this game, you're playing against another person, and that person is claiming it can claim that win for themselves. So this is literally just a very quick demonstration how to use this printable calendar, because I think it's better just to end it there. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this webinar. Thank you very much for watching this video, and if you liked what you see, please give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel, and because you stayed till the end, why not click the link in the description so that you can actually have a free trial of this product. I'm going to give this product out for free so that you can have a demonstration of it, and you tell me what you think. So link in description for this product. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. Thank you so much for joining this webinar. It was very nice of you to join, and yeah, and subscribe for more videos like such. Thank you.